MiniWarGaming, speed, the cooler, bat rap.
Tau turn 3 begins, and at this point, things are looking pretty good, but we still need to get into close combat, which is the part I'm really afraid of, because I know what Orks will do in close combat, having fought against Dan many times. Now my Battlesuit Commander moves right up to the wall, and the Fire Warriors jump out of this Devilfish, just trying to get as close as they can. They go right up against the wall as well, so we can negate his cover save from that. These Fire Warriors move up as close as they can. Like I said, just trying to negate his save, and now I have the wall, so my guys are going to get cover saves against that, and they move as close as possible. Then the drones detach from the Devilfish, having not paid to bring it smart missiles or anything like that, and I detach the drones from the other Devilfish, and the Pathfinder Devilfish moves up, and it also detaches its drones in just a moment here. We ran out of floaty bases, I couldn't find the rest, so you'll see a few of them that are just crawling around. This Devilfish moves over and, surprise, surprise, detaches its drones as well. More guys come into the board, because I just want to fill the board with units now. So this Devilfish moves, and it also detaches its drones, so essentially I've created like another 10 or 15 models just out of the drones on these Devilfish. It's really 10. I'm not even going to pretend to do math, but it's 10. These Fire Warriors move over, trying to move up on those Deathcopters, because this is the time we're going to kill them right here and now. Hopefully. The Battlesuit, he moves up, the Hammerhead moves up, and the Fire Warriors move through cover with the remains of their Ethereal. So they're full of their preferred enemy, hatred type deal, and they walk up into the forest, because they're hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s, so only 1 and 6 are actually going to miss when they shoot. Well, one of those 1 and 6 is going to be a reroll, but anyway. Now I shoot my marker lights at the boys that are all hugging the turret up there, and I get 3 hits. Then I drop a large blast, removing their cover down to 6 ups, and buffing my ballistic skill by 1, but it does not scatter, and because we agreed that all 20 of those guys are on top of that little fort, all of the shots hit, and they're wounding on 2s. I don't get to reroll this one because the tanks don't get preferred enemy, but that's an 18 6-up saves, so he decides to go to ground for a 5-up. And I believe 5 survive, so it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then there's 5 more on the little catwalk, and they all go as well, because technically they all were on top of the fort. That was what we had agreed. So there are 5 boys left on there. Now I use the marker lights from on the other Deathcopters to buff the ballistic skill of these Fire Warriors, so they're hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s, so they hit with all shots of their 24 rounds. Then they wound on 4s, rerolling the 1s once again because of that preferred enemy, and they get a whole bunch of wounds as well. So he's got to make probably 15 4-up armor saves, maybe more like 17, and right there the remaining 4 Deathcopters go down. The broadsides then shoot. I decide to aim at the building itself, hitting on 4s, re-rolling because they are twin-linked, and I get 1 hit, and then I need a 4-up to glance. I get a pen, +2 on whatever I roll here right now, and it's a 4. So the Orks inside actually end up taking 2d6 additional hits, and one of the guns is destroyed. It actually is the heavy bolter. The boys take 5 strength 6 hits, or strength 8 hits. I think it's strength 5 hits. And they do 3, 4, 5 wounds right there. The Knob makes his makes his save, but the rest of the boys are not so lucky. So out of that unit of 20 shooters, there is just the Knob left, and the commander then tries to melt the gun the base. He misses on a 1, but he rerolls because of preferred enemy, and misses again anyway. He needed a 2-up, so, and he's pretty happy about that. But it happens. So my Fire Warriors then fire into the Ludas. Once again, these ones are hitting on 4s, but they do get to reroll 1s, which I totally forgot about until I had picked up most of the dice. So I only rerolled the one that was there at the end. And now they're wounding on 3s, rerolling 1s. So they do a whole bunch of wounds. And because I'm up against the cover, he's not getting saves from this. So all of the Ludas are destroyed here. The last little orc there, I fire at with my Fire Warriors who are behind the hill there, and I forgot that they have +1 ballistic skill, so I guess that would have made a bit of a difference, but they do end up doing 3 wounds. He has a 4-up armor save for being behind, or a 3-up cover save right now. He had a 4-up armor anyway, but he takes the 3-up cover, makes all of them because he has gone to ground. Then I decide to shoot the big critter there with my burst cannons as well as the guns on my drones. So 3 hits and then wounding on 5s, and they do a wound, and he does have a 4-up though, and he makes that. I shoot it with my burst cannons on my tanks now. They're hitting on 4s. They do not get a reroll. And then wounding on 5s as well. And we don't do anything from them. More drones then decide to try and shoot that last boy up there. Or shoot the knob that's left alive. And they get another 3 wounds on him, or 3 hits, and they get 1 wound, which he makes the save for that as well. So that knob is still alive on that base. Oh, and my other battlesuit, the last commander there who had the missile, or the plasma, tried to hit, and he misses. But the Ork does fail its leadership, so he runs inside of the fort. And at the end of the phase, the commander, I forgot that he rolls 1 dice. I re-rolled it. I got a 6 anyway, so he moves 6 inches, jumps over the wall. He's almost on top of a building. Once he's there, plant the flag, and this game is a victory for the Tau. The other battlesuit moves up, as do the drones. They all start jumping around now because they are jet infantry, so everybody's moving 2d6. Those drones move up. These drones move 10, so they jump clear up on top of the fort. Now we're officially in his base. There's only the mech boy who's still hiding inside, along with that terrified knob. And the other drones, they move just trying to get out of the way of that big squigoth creature. Mostly because I don't want these to get squished. But I also kind of want them there because they block charge lanes against my tank. And as do these ones as I jump them over in front of the Death Rollers, and my Devilfish. And the other drones, they move up because if he drives forward, I know in the back armor, I can break that with my drones. Orks turn 3 begins, still not looking that good, but at least now all of those choppas, they will be coming in. And so he comes in from the back, rolls through difficult terrain because he's running right in. So 6 inches in, all of these boys come rushing up, 20 boys into the back of only 8 Fire Warriors. Those Fire Warriors are now in quite a bit of trouble, but a little bit of a too little too late, because he was really hoping that they came in on his side of the board to help defend the buildings, but bad luck for the dice rolls didn't help him out there. The drones, they dodge the ram that's coming, but the Death Roller still gives them d6 strength 10 hits. He gets 6 of those, which then wounds with 4, and I make 3 of the saves, so only 1 drone dies. And then the tank continues on and rams into the Devilfish, hitting it for another d6 strength 10. Only gets 1 glance. I fail my dodge, and oh no, it's 1 pen because it's only armor 11 in the side of the Devilfish. So it blows up, area of 3 inches, hits pretty much everybody. The drone does not take a wound. The 3 guys up top there, because they were within 6 inches, they end up both taking wounds, and I fail both of their saves. So 2 Pathfinders go down from the exploding Devilfish, and that is now a ruin. And the looted big Ork truck, the battle wagon, moves forward. Now this Ork, he failed his leadership and scurried right out the back door off the board. So the last Shruta is gone now, and the large critter here, he passes his difficult terrain, walks through there, heading towards the fortress as well. These knobs, or Orks, they decide to run. He wants to get as close to me as possible because next turn he's going to charge, and those Fire Warriors are not going to survive that charge, because 20 boys against 8 Fire Warriors in close combat, with the boys getting the charge, not a good thing. But he does fire his battle wagon's shot, and it scatters right on top of my other Devilfish. He does get a pen, and I fail my cover save, even though it was a 3+ right now, and nothing really happens there. He does fire his rocket though, as well as his big shooter, but it misses, and fires the other big shooter at Snapfire into my Fire Warriors, and does get 1 hit, I believe, and hits, but I do get an armor save, which I fail, so 1 of my Fire Warriors goes down. The drones then get assaulted because the mech boy came out of the building, assaulting into the drones. The drones both miss. The mech boy, he hits, wounding on 2s because he has a power claw, so both of the drones are destroyed, and the mech boy wanders around on top of there, knowing that the commander's going to be jumping up to plant that flag as well as try and kill him. And the Pathfinders pass their leadership on top of the building. So at the end of turn 3, lots of Orks have been destroyed, but there are still a not large chunk of them coming in from the back, and he does still have that battle wagon as well as the Squigoth, as well as his battle cannon, and his mech boy is still defending the base. So we'll see if the Tau can plant that flag. Stay tuned for part 4.